Hello, hello. Thank you for coming to Cosmic Cassie. This is going to be the new moon in Leo reading for Pisces. Excuse me. We're just going to see what energies want to come out for you, Pisces. Please keep in mind that obviously this is going to be general, so it may not resonate with everyone, but it does resonate. Definitely make sure you like and subscribe if you would like to see more of my videos. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. So the Leo new moon is actually going to be in tomorrow. For some of you, it might be tonight, depending on where you live, obviously. But the amazing thing with the new moon in Leo is it's definitely going to be a burst of energy. And so far, with all the readings I've done, that energy has been the reason why it's coming out is because it's making itself available for everyone to have the motivation, have the drive, have the ambition to create changes in their lives that, you know, maybe they've always wanted to do, but they've just never had the confidence or the literal energy to do it, right? So a lot of the signs have been making drastic changes during this. I usually keep all my, just so you know, Pisces, I fix all my decks so that they're upright. So if it does come out in the reverse, that's odd. So usually I won't take it, but if I'm called to take it, I absolutely will. I do read intuitively, but as I was saying, a lot of the signs are making large changes in their lives, drastic, sudden changes. They're going for things that maybe they've never gone for before. They're leaving behind things, letting go of things, just a lot of change, That's really the energy, what the energy is supporting here. And I just dropped one. That's going to be it for the top row here. Okay, it's like the worst. All right, so top row is going to be when the energy comes in. So tonight, tomorrow, if the new moon is tomorrow for you, then going into the 29th, Friday, you'll still be able to access this energy. But this is like the immediate energy. Like as soon as it comes through, the top row is going to show you what you're going to be feeling during that new moon. So this is most likely going to happen the day before, the day after, and the day of the new moon, or at least these are the energies that are going to be coming in for you. And then I'm going to pull a second row. That second row is going to be representing everything that happens after the new moon up until the next new moon. So this is what the energy has made itself available for. And this is the best way that Pisces Collective is able to utilize that energy left over from the new moon. This is kind of what that energy is coming in for you specifically, the reason why it's being accessible to you. So that's odd. Usually the bottom row is a little bit longer, but I feel like I only need to pull 3 for this bottom row, even though there's like a ton on the top up here. So we'll see what this is going to come out to be. It usually always works out, you know. It always comes together somehow. Last card for Pisces. They're being picky about the card here. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That means they have a very specific pointed message for you. I always prefer when the cards come out a little bit slower rather than shooting out. Like if they immediately shoot out, that's a good sign. And if it takes me a while to get like even one card to fall out, that's also a good sign for me, because it means like Spirit's really being deliberate about like the card that they're giving me. Like there's a specific message in that. Thank you. All right. And then we will clarify. I feel like we need to clarify with this one. Okay, so we're going to move this out of the way here. I typically don't need to clarify because I do read intuitively here, but for your purpose and your sake as the viewer, I do go ahead and clarify just so that you can see visually that what I am channeling also aligns with the cards. Okay. First up, Pisces, we have the beautiful Empress sitting on her throne. She's looking at a flower. She's heavily impregnated, and she has this beautiful peace sign tattoo. So some of you might definitely have like hippie nature kind of tattoos. I'm getting symbols as well, a tattoo of like some kind of symbol. I don't know what you call it, but it's not like a feather, but it's like triangles that connect with each other. Symbol like that possibly. But with this Empress, I'm feeling like when the new moon comes, Pisces naturally, you guys being a water sign and being just like the most intuitive water sign at that, you're going to feel the new moon energy, whether you try to or not. It's almost like impossible for Pisces to not be affected by the new moon or even the full moon, even the waning, the crescent, the waxing, the gibbet, everything. Like Pisces gets affected easier because you guys are so intuitive, being the water sign, things like that, highly mutable here. And so I feel like when this new moon energy comes in, you're really taking the time to sit back, relax, and reflect. You're looking at everything you've created. You're looking at everything that you've been doing the past few months. Where's it come to? Do you feel happy about where it's come to? Is there anything that you're dissatisfied about? But it's more in a positive way. I feel like you're reflecting more on like all the amazing and great things that have been happening for you. I'm getting a sense a lot of family here, something with family, like family coming together, family really getting along, things like that. The new moon is really putting you in a state of being able to reflect and look back and just be like so grateful and have so much appreciation for the love around you, for yourself, for everything that you've been experiencing. I kind of don't want to take these because it's like a clump of cards, and I don't want a clump of cards. And some of these are not even. Sorry, Pisces. 1 second. Okay. So yeah, I just feel like when the new moon energy comes in, and you might be feeling it now because it's not shocking to feel that kind of energy earlier, but like before it comes in. I know I typically feel like new moon and full moon energy up to almost a week before it even comes in. And so I typically already have the inkling and the wants and the drives and like whatever that energy is bringing in, you know? And I feel like a lot of you are like that as well, where you've already been in this mode of reflection. You've already been in this mode of like just being so grateful and appreciative and just feeling good about what you have. Let's clarify the Empress for Pisces, please. Let's clarify the Empress for Pisces. Don't do that. Like, take all of them. 2 of Wands. So that's like a state of reflection about where you've come, where you've been, where you're going. You know, 2 of Wands is all about traveling and planning and taking action. But it's not the card of actually taking action. That would be the idea of taking action is the ace, the potential, right? The Ace of Wands. And the Page of Wands is the first step into taking the action. And then the 2 of Wands is like, okay, let me plan the action. Let me make a choice which way, or let me reflect on where I'm going. It's putting a plan in place. And so I feel like that's exactly what that Empress energy is like, it's you just reflecting on like, wow, look where I've been, look where I'm going. And look how she's like kind of looking in the distance. She's looking out, and it's almost like she's looking at her past. She could also be looking at her future here. But either way, she's looking out into the water at the moon, and she's just feeling like, yeah, I did that. Or yeah, I'm going there. Like this is it for me. And then the next card, we have the 10 of Swords. These are sudden endings. And so I feel like in this state of reflection, you're also seeing where it benefited you to cut certain things off, to permanently end, whether it be contracts, relationships with people, maybe a new job, maybe moving. There's some things in the past few months that I feel like have been really challenging for you to move past or to let go of. But in this state of gratitude and reflection, you're really seeing like, oh my gosh, that was so beneficial. Like everything changed, or life got better, or life got easier. Things came to me easier. I felt more abundant. Like once I let go, once I ended it, once it was gone and I released it, I felt so good. I feel like that's where that 10 of Swords energy is coming in at. I had a card that wanted to flip out and then it flipped over as I was trying to grab it. Let's clarify 10 of Wands for, I feel like I'm like such a messy shuffler right now, and I really apologize for that, Pisces. I feel like it's like just so messy right now. I feel like you guys might be experiencing like a peak of energy. I feel really energized. I feel really like internally, it's not chaotic, but it's definitely like I just have a lot of energy that I feel like I haven't used, like an abundance of just energy and drive and ambition, like to go do something, to go somewhere. And so I definitely am feeling like, yeah, that's the energy you guys will be feeling when the new moon comes, is just like all this extra energy within you. I'm almost kind of shaky. And so I feel like you might even be shaking when the new moon comes in, because you have so much energy and you're just like, why am I shaking? Like, why do I feel this way? Why am I feeling anxious? It's like, you're not feeling anxious. You are having a huge burst of internal, like, spiritual energies coming to you. And that's what Leo is all about, that confidence, that energy. Please show me a card for the 10 of Swords for Pisces. I don't like it when cards flip over, but when they flip over, it's just a potential path for me. I don't actually take the cards. To me, this is like a potential path, maybe something that you've thought about, you've considered, but you did not do. You chose a different path. You made a different choice. For some of you, not all of you. So this has the Hierophant and Ace of Wands. So there might have been like a higher level of commitment that you were going into, and that was your 10 of Swords here, is like, you were thinking about taking action on some kind of relationship or contract or higher level of commitment here, even going back to school. And then you're like, nope, I'm not doing it. And you put it into it. Or maybe you did do it and then you put it into it. Either way. Clarify 10 of Swords. Clarify 10 of Swords for Pisces. I feel like I can't pay attention. Like, my attention is everywhere. The cards are everywhere. I feel so like just all over the place. Pisces, this is probably how you guys are going to be feeling when this new moon comes in. Okay. Clarify 10 of Swords. Just try to manage it as best as you can. You know, channel it into a direction is what I feel like you guys need to know. Try to find one thing that you really want to improve on, that you really want to focus on, that you really want to get done, and then do it. The Hierophant came out again. So I think that's what you put an ending to. That's what a lot of you put like a sudden end to. You just put a stop on it and you're like, I'm done. I'm walking away from this. I'm moving away from it. And it was either, it could be a Taurus, that's Tauran energy. It could also be a relationship that tried to move to the next level, or even tried to come in for you and you kind of rejected it. You're like, no, I'm not going to do that. Someone that maybe offered or proposed something to you, like, hey, let's be business partners. Hey, it could be something as simple as like, hey, do you want to sign up for another gym membership? And you're like, nah, I'm good. Like, it could be something as simple as that. Okay. It doesn't have to be these huge monumental things, but there's definitely an energy of like you reflecting on endings that you like put in place, that you took action on, and you're feeling good about it. With the Page of Coins up next, I feel like it's going to be a very, thank you. They're like, take it. I feel like it's going to be really busy for you in the future. I'm getting like in the coming months, maybe up to like 4 to 6 months, maybe. Life is going to start feeling a little bit busy for you, kind of hectic. I feel like there's going to be a lot of things coming in, a lot of things for you to do. And the Page of Coins here is letting me know that like when this new moon energy comes in and you're feeling it at its peak, you're kind of going to be, I feel like you're inspired to do something that you haven't done before, like actually build on something, like create a new foundation or a new understanding of something. This could be like researching and looking into how to start a business and kind of like building on top of some previous knowledge that you already have. This could also be, it's literally anything where I feel like there's already a foundation, but now you want to build on it. Like, this is a foundation that's maybe been sitting around in the back of your head, or like an idea that you had in the past, a person that you like considered reaching out to, even like yourself. Like, I bought all this stuff to work out, but I don't work out. Health might be really important to you guys right now, because I keep making like health references with like the gym and the working out, exercising, stuff like that. But this is like letting me know that after you've reflected, it's almost like you get re-inspired, like you get re-encouraged to like do more, to be more. And that's where this Leo energy is really coming in for you, so that you can start building on top of a foundation that already exists. There's something here that's already existing and you're just building right on top of it. We have the Tower to clarify, the Page of Coins. So once you start building on this foundation that maybe you've questioned it too much to do it in the past, or you just never had interest in it and now suddenly you do, you're building on something that's changing the game for you. And then ironically enough, the very next card we have is King of Coins. So it's like it's bringing in so much independence, almost like immediately it's bringing in, like it's a rapid change for you. It's this huge adjustment, this huge shift from like Page of Coins to King of Coins. So this is like a foundation that's very solid here. Like it's a good foundation. But you, for whatever reason, have never like invested into that foundation, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be a career. It could be your home. It could be yourself. Whatever it is here that you've already had a pre-existing foundation on. It's like, as soon as you start putting work into it and really investing in it and focusing on it and getting inspired, encouraged by it, it's like it just works for you. It just flows after that. It's like, oh, this is perfect. So you might have an idea during the peak of this energy of like, oh, I should go back to that. Oh, I should try doing that again. Oh, I should look into this again. It's like you're going to have like that, like, oh, maybe like that's something that I should dabble in again. And it's like, as soon as you start doing it, whoo, it's like game changer for you. Okay. Pull a card for the King of Coins. Clarify the King of Coins for Pisces. Give me a card for King of Coins for Pisces. Card for Pisces. I'm like looking off to the side. My kittens, they're big now, bigger, but they're like mischievous. I always have to watch them. King of Coins, please clarify King of Coins for Pisces. Thank you. We have the Devil. So I feel that the Devil is not necessarily saying that it's like it's not like it was anything toxic. I feel like the Devil's representing fear here. And I'm thinking that's why you've never invested into this foundation, is because for whatever reason, like you almost had a fear of like, oh, if I do this, it's not going to work. Or if I do this, like people are going to look at me funny. Or like, I'm going to get like, I'm not going to get anywhere. I'm going to fail at this, or like, oh, that's too hard. Like that's way too much work and investment, or I don't know enough. Like whatever it is for you, I feel like this Devil is more of like the fear held you back from becoming the King of Coins, King of Pentacles, you know? And so once this spikes off, you're going to have to control that fear, Pisces. You're going to have to make sure that you don't self-sabotage, essentially, where it's like, all of a sudden, like once you dip your toe in and like, oh, now I got a whole foot in and people are starting to look at you. They're starting to notice whatever it is you're doing. Don't pull out and run away. Like you keep doing what you're doing because it's going to pay off for you in the end here. Up next, we have Judgment. And I think that's exactly what I was just talking about is the very next thing after you get into it and you're like, feeling really encouraged, really inspired, like you're really pumping yourself up, like, yeah, I can do this, this feels good, and you start kind of dabbling in it again. That's when you're making the decision, like, either I'm going to stay or I'm going to go. Either fear is going to knock me out of the game and I'm going to just leave this foundation here, even though I have everything for it, I'm just going to leave it here, or you're going to go for it. You're going to make the choice to go for it. You're going to make the choice to make this a part of your life, to do this consistently here. Please give me a card for Judgment here for Pisces. Please give me a Judgment card for Pisces. Judgment card. Don't give me another Judgment. Please give me a card to clarify Judgment for Pisces. Thank you. 10 of Pentacles, Pisces. Yo! Whatever this is like solid, guys. This is solid. King of Coins and the 10 of Pentacles. Like this is going to be really abundant for you, like abundant. Okay. And the Judgment is, yes, this is the decision you need to make. Yes, you're going in the right direction. Yes, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Yes, you're on your path. Yes, you're right where you need to be when you need to be there. Okay. This is like confirmation, double confirmation here. You're doing exactly what you should be doing. Like this could align with your purpose. I'm hearing soulmate. So this could be like the door that opens your heart so that your soulmate can come in. Yes, it's like you can, oh, I got shivers for that. Okay. So what it is like sometimes when you find your purpose or you find something that you're passionate about that you've never like had so much passion and ability to do, and you start doing it, it opens your heart up in a different kind of way than what like therapy and healing and shadow work, like all those things are kind of a longer drawn out process. But when you find something that's for you, not for anyone else, it's only for you, only you can do it, and it's so fulfilling and it's so satisfying and you do it so well, it's like it bursts your heart open in a different kind of way, that's not related to like romantic love. But because it's opening and you're going to be glowing from the inside out, it's like allowing those energies to really come in of your soulmate or, whoever. If you're in an existing relationship, it could dramatically change that relationship for the better. Or it could like drive you to end it because you realize like, I know my value. I know my worth. I feel so good now. Like I feel amazing on top of the world because I found my thing. Like I found the thing that I'm really good at. Me and my coworkers were just talking about today. How do you say niche? I say niche. Some people say niche, and it was a whole thing. But it's like you're finding your niche. You're finding that thing that's just for Pisces, nobody else. Okay. Very, very beautiful energy. A lot of abundance coming in if you can overcome the fear and you can just do this. Just do it. Overcome the fear and do it. And that's why that tower is there, because it's like, yeah, this is going to dramatically change your life, Pisces, in a huge, huge way. The next card, the final card on the top row for those like that peak energy, is the Temperance. This is divine timing. Okay. What did I just say with Judgment? Like you're where you're supposed to be at the right time, the right place. Like, don't worry, don't doubt yourself. Don't fear that this is not like the path that you're supposed to be on. You are doing exactly what you're meant to do. Like when you were planned on doing, when you were meant to do it. Okay. Clarifying the Temperance, it's got Hanged Man. So I feel like that's an energy with the Hanged Man. It's an energy of like, hey, let's get a new perspective. Let's look at this in a different way and see if we can like overcome it. Let's see if we can change some things. Like, is there another way we can do this? But it's also an energy of like, I'm willing to sacrifice myself in order to obtain something. I'm willing to, work 20 hours a week or 20 hours a day if I need to, because this is what I want. This is where I'm going. And so the energy that I'm feeling from this Hanged Man with it clarifying the Temperance, it's more of like, I feel like the universe is trying to say like, you no longer have to sacrifice yourself like this, because this is your purpose. This is what you're meant to do. This is what you naturally are like born to do. Like you're good at this. Not to say you don't have other purposes, you don't have other talents and abilities, but this, whatever this is, it's like you were divinely chosen and blessed for this path. And you no longer need to like sacrifice yourself. You don't have to work 20 hours a day to do this, because it's going to come so natural that it's going to rejuvenate you. It's going to fulfill you, and the work won't even feel like work. This is realizing that like, I don't have to do all this extra hard work and diligence and like all this just difficult stuff to get somewhere, like I found the thing that's going to naturally flow me there. It's going to feel like such a flow. It's going to feel so good for you, Pisces. Beautiful, beautiful energy. And I'm really excited to know like what this is for you guys. The next up on this last row, I was kind of guided to only do 3 cards here. Not why, but I'm sure we'll find out. So again, this top row is like when the energy is at its peak, the day before, the day of, the day after the new moon. This is going to be after the new moon. So the day after, the next day after, 2 days later. This is like the energy that comes in after the new moon goes away. Okay. So once the new moon goes away, we always have like a little bit of lingering energy for up to a week. And this is the energy that is like, it's lingering because there's more that you can do with it. There's more that you can utilize with it. There's things that can occur after the new moon. This is at the peak of it. This is like probably the emotions, the thoughts, the feelings that you're going to be going through while it's happening. And then this is like, okay, now what are we actually doing with everything that we felt and thought and created? Like now it's like, let's put it into action. Let's do it. Let's get it started here. So the first one we have, this is awesome. The first thing up, we have 8 of Coins. 8 of Coins is all about hard work. It's all about diligence. It's about putting your effort into something and getting rewarded back for it. Okay. Like the 7 of Pentacles is waiting for those rewards to be reaped, right? But the 8 of coins is like, nope, I'm still working really hard on it, but I'm also getting back what I'm putting in. Okay, you see the little flower over here, it's growing out of the pot. It's like, yeah, I'm starting to see the effort of this. I'm starting to see the results of my efforts going into this. And I directly feel like this is related to whatever you had up here. So the 8 of coins is saying like, you're going to be hard at work at this. All your focus, all your energy is going to really be put into this, but not because you have to, not because you're sacrificing everything to do this. It's going to feel so good to you, Pisces, and you're going to feel so good like doing it and creating it, achieving it, that you're going to want to do it all the time. Don't get obsessive with it, but it's definitely an energy of like, this just feels so good to me that I just want to keep investing myself into it. Like she's smiling, like while she's knitting, she likes what she's doing. Okay. We have the 6 of cups and we have the 7 of cups. And so I feel like this is something where so first the 6 of cups is like, I'm putting my emotion into it and I'm getting my emotion out of it, right? This is extreme satisfaction. This is real like emotional fulfillment here. This is you putting that hard work in, but you feel so good about putting it in, right? And it fills your cup. You give your energy to it and it fills you right back up. And then the 7 of cups is saying, because you're doing that, because your cup is staying full, you're not depleted, you're not like drained and like tired. And, it's like I put the work in and I feel really fulfilled and good about it. Because you're doing that, you're going to start realizing that all these different opportunities are going to start coming your way because your energy is shifting, your energy is changing. The way that I'm feeling is like, I don't know where you guys might have been blocked at, but it's like the way that I'm feeling this is like, you might have unintentionally blocked yourself off in some kind of like energetic way here. And when you do that, it doesn't allow the opportunities to come and flow to you. They kind of go right past you. You're almost like a rock in the river, right? They just flow right around you. You don't even notice it because you're a rock. But I feel like it had something to do with your confidence. Like, I feel like some of you might have done a lot of different jobs. You've gotten into a lot of different projects and hobbies. Like, you've dabbled in many different things, and you almost started to feel kind of like a failure because you're like, nothing's taking off. Like, I put all this work in, nothing's taking off. Nothing is fulfilling me. Nothing is passionate. Like, I don't have passion for it. Like, is it just me? It's kind of that energy, and that blocks the opportunities from coming to you. But when you're doing this, you're going to start noticing people are going to be approaching you with different opportunities. Not saying like, it's like, again, it doesn't have to be monumental. It could be someone like simply, oh, wow. Like, hey, you like to make those? Yeah. Okay. Well, I would love to have one. Can I give you $5 and buy one from you? Like, right now, something like that. Okay. It doesn't have to be a big thing. But people are approaching you with opportunities for you to expand, to grow. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the 3 of Wands came out of here, because it's like you're getting approached to do different things. You're having opportunities come to you naturally now. The next card up here, we have the Emperor. So it's almost like you went from this Empress energy where you're in this like, I'm so grateful that I've, done these endings and, but you haven't really taken action on anything. And so you're kind of just like in this beautiful Empress energy of like receiving and waiting and nurturing and just enjoying life. And all of a sudden you're transformed to the Emperor. You're like, okay, let's get this show on the road. I'm in charge. I'm doing this. I'm putting the work in. I have a strategy. I have a plan. I know where I'm going. My goals are set. No one's stopping me. No one's telling me what to do because this is my thing and I'm really good at it. It's that kind of energy. You're totally changing into the Emperor here. Like, you're transforming from the Empress into the Emperor. Clarify the Emperor for Pisces, please. Thank you. Daughter of Pentacles. Yeah. We had where's it at? We had the Page of Coins up here. That's the same thing as the Daughter of Pentacles. It's like you're turning into the Emperor because you're finally investing in something, okay? You're finally taking the first step to actually do it. You're finally taking that foundation that you've had sitting around, and it's like time to build on this, time to do something with this. And that's the Tower moment, right? The Tower was clarifying that Page of Coins. So now we have Daughter of Pentacles. Again, that in this deck, it translates to the Page of Coins. And so it's like, The Tower, the boss up, is like, now you're the emperor. Now you're in charge. You're calling the shots. You're doing something that you're invested in. You're feeling good about it. You're able to be emotionally invested in it, passionately action oriented with it. And you're also able to be very strategic with it. And not only that, we have the King of Coins here. So it's like, it's making you money. You're something. King of Coins does what he does because he's really good at it. And that's what makes him money. And he sticks to it. And it's like, you're embodying all of those kings in whatever it is that you're doing here because you're so good at it. Okay. And then next up, we have the Ace of Wands. And that's to finish the reading here. With the Ace of Wands, it's like, you're coming up with new ideas left and right. I want to caution you here because I feel that there is an error of caution with this card, as positive as it is. And it's always fun to be very creative and come up with all these different ideas. The error of caution here is make sure that you don't start scattering your energy everywhere. And it's going to take you out of this Emperor energy, because then you're investing and you're focused on so many different areas. And because maybe those other areas don't fulfill you and give back to you the same way whatever this does, it's going to start depleting some of that energy that you have, that's making you very passionate. So the error of caution here is just, yes, be open to new ideas, be open to being creative, stay creative. You can build on what you have here, like keep building up that foundation. But when it comes to starting other things because you feel so good and successful and confident, I would just be a little cautious about that. Don't jump into that. I wouldn't even start doing that in the first year after whatever this is, whatever it is that you're investing in building and doing here. I would wait a whole year before you start like looking to do something else in a different category while maintaining this. Build this up as strong and as much as you possibly can before you start putting your attention into other places, because what you don't want to do is have a bunch of small piles of things that you've built up and then they all come crashing down because you have so many tiny little piles all over the place. I've been there. I've done that. Not a good feeling. Clarify Ace of Wands. Clarify. Thank you. Chariot. Yeah. Don't move too fast. Okay. That's what that's saying. Don't move too fast. Don't go too fast. Slow down. Be calculating. Be aware of how quickly you're moving into different directions. Okay. Because the Chariot is all about moving in different directions. But on this card, instead of horses, they're cats. Okay. But if you can see here, those cats are sitting down. They're not in the running motion. They're not moving. They're not laying down, they're not totally idle, but they're sitting down, they're being strategic, they're waiting for the next plan of action, they're waiting for the next, there's a word that they're giving me and I'm like, I'm not pulling it out completely. You're waiting for the next, not task, like order. You're waiting for the next order, okay, thank you. You're waiting for spirit to tell you, which way to go. Okay. So spirit's kind of giving that additional message here of like, if you really feel the need to expand and go and do different things, while still doing this, because you just feel so good and that's really what you want to do, wait for spirit to give you a sign, wait for spirit to guide you to the next direction. That's going to like intertwine, because they have an overall view, right? So they know where you're going to get successful at. They know how things are going to fall into place. You don't. So don't get careless and just start throwing your energy out there all over. Wait patiently for spirit to guide you. And then once you get that sign, that message, that guidance, go for it. Then you go for it. Okay. That's what I got for you, Pisces, for the new moon in Leo. Again, that's on the 28th. That's Thursday. Some of you, it's going to be tonight. But if this resonated for you, again, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I don't really know anyone that shares videos, but if you do share videos and this was a good video for you, please do share it. Thank you for watching Cosmic Cassie, and have a great rest of your day and a good new moon in Leo. Bye.